Okay, for this project, I've come outside. I have some of these drawers. These are hard plastic. They came with this little organization set, and there were 3 drawers, and my piece got messed up. The tracks on it stopped working, so I threw that part away, but I kept these drawers. So I'm going to do a little something with each drawer, and I think for this one I'm just going to give it a paint job. It is going outside, so I'm just going to use some exterior latex paint that I had on hand. This is a fossil gray color. I got it from Walmart a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if they still have that same color or not, but it's like a beigey gray color. So I really like that color. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to need 2 coats, and then I think I'm going to go with some antique white wax because I love the front of this drawer, how it looks. It looks like it's woven, like maybe wicker, but I just think that paint is just going to grab that texture and it's going to make it really pop, and then the antique wax. Alright guys, I've got the front coated really well. I think I'm still going to have to go and do some touch up once this dries, but I'm just going to let this dry and then I'll get the sides. I'm not going to worry about the inside because I'm going to be putting something in the inside, and I'm not going to worry about the bottom of it because it's going to be sitting, you know, on the ground, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay guys, my paint's drying really fast, so I don't think I'm going to have to wait long before I go and do my touching up. Now that our paint's good and dry, I have my antiquing wax in the Waverly. I'm just going to apply it, and I may wipe it back just a little. I want this to look antique, kind of dirty, so I think this is going to be the perfect way to do this to achieve that look. Now I just have a cloth here, and I'm gonna wipe. I'm not gonna wipe it back a whole lot, but I just want to wipe it back a little bit. I think for the side, I have a little bit of antiquing wax in my brush. I think I'm going to do sort of like a dry brushing technique and just lightly dry brush on that antiquing wax where the raised texture on it will just kind of grab the paint, and then I won't have to worry about, you know, wiping any back. And I also won't have to worry about it getting too dark. You know, if I load my paintbrush again, it might get too dark. Hey y'all, I've brought our drawer inside, and I had a cute little stencil. I had a pack of stencils I purchased off of Amazon, and I had, you know, some cute little flower sayings in there, like bouquets, 25 cents, seeds, buds, leaves, stuff like that. and I had it ready, and I was getting ready to do a stencil on each side of our plant drawer here. And then I came across these IOD transfers. I had a lot of little pieces already cut, like the little mushrooms. I have some greenery. And of course, you see like the cute little critters. I have some flowers, and see like some pieces were just already cut where I had already cut off of the page. So I thought that it would be perfect to go and use these transfers on each side of the drawer. I don't want to do anything on the front of the drawer because it's, you know, got that wicker look. It's got all that texture, and that just would not work. So, but the sides of it are smooth, so I'm just going to play around. I'm getting some pieces cut out, and I'm just gonna play around with these transfers and get them placed how I like them. And then once, you know, I get the transfers on, I'll get it sealed up, and then I'll get it outside. And I'm gonna plant me some plants and flowers and things in it for my porch. And I had 3 of these drawers total. So I'll just be able to advertise how I do mine on my page, and then I can do the other 2 that I have, and, you know, get them posted up for sale on my page, and then even maybe have one in my booth, where I have my booth, my local booth. And I just think it's going to turn out really cute. So I'm just going to play around with these transfers and get them on the sides, and then we'll get back outside for our plants. It got dark on us last night, so it's the next morning, and I'm out here in my backyard. I wanted to show you our finished product on the IOD transfers. Here's this side with that cute little pop of yellow with the bird, the little mushroom, and the greenery. And then here's the other side with the bunny. I just think that is so cute. So now we're ready to fill it with plants and pretty flowers. I already have, this was just some clippings and some old pot and soil I had. I'll use probably about maybe a little less than half on my filler. This is such a big container. I won't have to use so much of my good pot and soil because the roots aren't gonna you know, go all the way anyway. They're just little annual plants. I think I am going to do a fern. I have a baby fern I'm going to do in here, and some other little things. So I'm just going to get started on it, and we'll see how it looks when we're finished. Okay, y'all, on our tray, I have completely just changed my mind completely. I want to go a different route than what I was going to do. I have recently bought just the little 2-ounce little Waverly jar. This is the color Lagoon. This is the color Lagoon. I have recently picked this up from Walmart and I am so ready to give it a try. So I'm going to go over this gray with the color Lagoon. And I have an idea in mind. I think it's going to turn out really pretty. What happened, I completed another project today and it gave me this idea, and I just thought that they would pair well together, and I do that a lot. I'll start creating something and then I will change my mind. But I go with it, and I'll just change it up until I'm satisfied with the look that I'm trying to achieve. So I'm just going to continue painting this on. I'm not sure. We'll probably end up needing 2 coats, or at least a coat and some touch-up work. So I'm just going to get this painted on and let it dry, and we will continue on with our next step. Okay, now our tray is all dry. I'm just going to take some white wax in our Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to go over this entire piece just to kind of tone down. Even though I really love this color, I just want to tone it down a little bit. So I'm hoping the white wax, you know, does the trick for me. Because if not, I'm thinking my next step to try would be to do antique wax. But I just wanted to try the white wax first because I don't think I want to darken this piece. So hopefully this will give me the look I'm wanting. Alright guys, I think that white wax is definitely what I needed for this piece. I'm loving how this is looking so far. I did want to add that anytime you're using white wax, I usually use Waverly with my paints and waxes, but just make sure the Waverly white wax does tend to have a yellowish, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it does tend to have a yellowish hue to it. So just make sure when you use it on your piece that you're okay with that. Like with this, I was okay with using a yellowish because of it being blue, and to me it almost gives it more of a greenish look now. But I was okay with that. But if I'd have been using it on a white piece or something I didn't really want a yellowish piece on, I would not have, you know, wanted to use that. I wouldn't want that yellowish hue on certain pieces. So just keep that in mind when you are using your white wax. All right, our wax is good and dry. Now I'm ready. I want to stencil on. I got this cute stencil off of Amazon. I will link it in the description below. And I'm going to place it in my tray. And I think I'm going to go with a gray paint for my wording, which will be the color Elephant in my Waverly chalk paint. Okay, while we let this dry, I think it turned out really well. There's a couple of places I'm just going to take a really thin paintbrush and touch up with our gray paint, but overall it turned out really well. I want to add a little something to this, and since we have, I'm kind of either going to make it where it sits up and leans up on a shelf or can be hung on the wall. But since we have some depth here, I kind of want to fix, I found this little birdie in my stash that I have thrifted a few weeks ago. So I think I'm going to get him painted and glue him in the corner. And then I also have these little mini plates that I thrifted a while back for 59 cents each. But I'm going to paint it as well and kind of glue it on this side with some moss. And I've already taken some little crafter beads and I've just painted them with my white chalk paint, and those are going to be the little eggs in the nest. So I think that will just add something to this piece and just be the cutest little thing. So we'll go ahead and get our bird painted up and make our nest. right, our stencil is good and dry. Everything is looking really good so far. Our little plate here is dry, and our bird. And I went ahead, and since I'm going to be covering this plate up with some moss and other little decor items, I just went ahead and took it outside and sprayed it with a sealer just so that paint wouldn't try to chip on me. So I've played around with this a little bit already because I didn't want to just come on here totally, you know, not knowing what I wanted to do. So I know I wanted to do a little nest for the bird's egg, so I've kind of already begun putting that together. I just took some moss, and this is just a piece of twig from my grapevine, and I just sort of wrapped it around my moss, and I just hot glued it there to help hold it. I also went and got a floral pick. I didn't know if the hot glue was going to hold that stick, and I just got that little piece of wire off, and I thought that I could use this wire to help hold it together. But I think it's going to be okay, but I'll just put it there to the side just in case. So now I'm ready to attach my nest onto my little plate. I just wanted it to have a little base and not just glue the nest in on the little tray. I just thought it would work great if it had a little base to sit on. And I thought that would also just help hold that nest together. So let me grab my hot glue gun. Okay, I'm just going to put a dot of glue there in the center. And put my little nest on the plate. And I can't remember if I told you guys, because this is the next day for me, but these are just the little crafter beads without the holes in them, and I just took some white paint and just rubbed them in my fingers, and I just went ahead and got them, you know, that white color. And I think I'm just going to glue these together just so they're not falling, you know, everywhere in our little piece. I just think that would work better if they were all stuck together. And then I'm also going to glue these down in our nest so we don't have to worry about them coming out on us. I'm going to just put them right in the center of our nest. That is already looking so cute. And I didn't speckle these. I actually didn't think about it until just now. So I may take the tip of this little wooden piece might work. I could just take the tip, dip it in some black or gray paint, and just dab over the little eggs to give it some speckles. Okay, so I'm going to be ready to glue my plate down on my tray. So let me position it to see where I need to put the glue. Just put it right in the corner there. All right, now we're ready to put our little bird. The only thing, I may just dry brush her on some white really quick. our little birdie. He's all finished. I think that just really made the detail in him pop, and I think it just adds something to it. And I just love that dry brush technique. So now we're ready to glue our little birdie over here in this corner. I'm going to kind of get in place how I like, but I forgot I was going to glue down some moss just for the little bird to sit on. Just to give it a little something, some of those natural details that would be out in nature. And now we're ready to glue our bird onto our moss. All right, and I have pre-cut some little twigs of eucalyptus, and I just want to kind of stick these in. I'm going to hot glue them, but I'm going to kind of place them first. Okay, and I just took my little stick here and dabbed it into my gray paint and just dotted on some little specks on my eggs. But guys, look how cute this turned out. I am just loving it so much. I love how the greenery adds to it. Of course, I love the bird. Y'all know I love my birds and my little nest over there with the eggs. I love the scripture. I love the color. I just love how this turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed all the projects as much as I did. They were a lot of fun, and I thought they all turned out really great. Drop me a comment, let me know your favorite, and let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on our next video.